There's no denying it, Australia is huge, and to really appreciate this, there's only one thing for it, a road trip. So we're here at Jobberoo to give you some tips for buying your perfect car for your epic journey on the road. Having your own car gives you the freedom and flexibility to explore Oz that simply would not be possible sitting on the back of a tour bus. And if you're planning to do any visa extension or seasonal work, then you'll most likely be needing your own transport. But this can be a big financial investment, so here is some advice to make sure that your experience is as hassle-free as possible. Firstly, you'll need to decide what type of vehicle it is that you want, and that really depends on your needs as well as your budget. The station wagon is the typical backpacker car and is often the cheapest option. Station wagons are a good reliable choice, and what's great about them is that you can fold down the seats in the back and sleep in them too. Now vans are usually more expensive, but you can pretty much live out the back of them. There's loads of room for storage, and your living area can be set up so that unlike station wagons, there's no need to be making your bed every night. If you're planning to do lots of off-roading, then you will be needing some sort of 4x4, and whilst these tend to be quite pricey, they do offer you the freedom to go where most other vehicles simply cannot. Once you've decided what type of vehicle you'd like to go for, you'll then need to think about if you'd like to buy privately or from a dealer. For competitive prices, looking online at Gumtree can be a good bet. Also check hostel notice boards, as backpackers at the end of their trip, with flights already booked, are often open to fair negotiation on the price. If you'd like to have the peace of mind of all the correct paperwork plus warranty, then you could go to a car dealer. If this seems like too much to take on, you could always look at renting a vehicle instead. Australia has some great range of rental options available. If you found a car that you like, arrange for a viewing and give the car a thorough inspection. Check that everything works, look for any signs of wear on the tyres, and also look to see if there are any leaks in the engine compartment. Then go for a test drive to see how the car feels to drive, see how the car brakes and steers, and that all of the electrics are in good working order. Ask as many questions to the current owner as possible, and don't get carried away and go for the first car that you see, however tempting that may be. Test drive a few and compare which vehicle offers the best value. If you're buying a car, also bear in mind that you will be selling it at some point too, so try and find a vehicle with the lowest amount of kilometres as possible. And whilst these do tend to be high in Australia, you'll find it much easier to sell your vehicle on if that number is relatively low. Every car needs to be registered to legally be allowed on the road, and this is called REGO. When you're buying a car, look for vehicles with the most amount of REGO left, as this could save you hundreds of dollars if you can avoid paying for the renewal. Now paperwork. Ask to see the service history of the car. Have a look at invoices to see what work has been done and what parts have been replaced. The state in which the car is registered in will determine the paperwork that you will legally have to be provided with. Generally speaking, you will require a current registration certificate, and where possible, ask to see a roadworthy certificate. If you don't know much about cars, you could always pay for a vehicle examination, which would expose any mechanical faults with the car. Whilst this does cost money, it could save you hundreds of dollars in repairs in the long run. When you buy a car, also factor into the cost the transfer fee for changing the name of the owner, REGO renewal, and any mechanical repairs that may happen along the way. Buying a car is a big investment, but think of the bigger picture. Having your own transport will undeniably help you in finding those harvest and outback jobs. And once you've got those keys in your hand, you'll then have the ultimate freedom to explore Australia. I've been Molly from Jobberoo, and those have been our top tips for buying a car in Oz. If you'd like to have the best experience in Australia, below this video you can opt in to receive more great information.